Yo, what's going on guys? It's Dill here from Timeless and welcome to another video. So in today's video I'm going to be telling you guys what you need to know about the Yeezy Red October and what potentially could be coming up. So a lot of you guys may have heard the news about Kanye West looking for a patent when it comes to the Red October name, and that's exactly what I'm going to be talking about today. So today's video, just like a lot of others, we're going to be separating this into 4 different categories. Go below in the description, click on the timestamp in which the one that's most interesting for you or the one you actually want to know about, and it'll send you to that time. But if you guys just want to stick through the whole video, I would really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's get right into it. So today's video is going to be separated into 4 different categories. The first one being Red October news and what's going around about the Red October and the information you guys need to know. The second one is potential releases, what we might see, the 350s, 350 V2s, and the 750s, and a couple others. Then when will they actually be releasing, and why Kanye West needs to release a Red October. So getting into part 1 of today's video, news that you need to know about Red October and what's going on. So back in 2014, Nike and Kanye West released a sneaker which was the Nike Red October. If you guys don't know, this was the single most successful sneaker out of Kanye West to date. It's the most hyped, it costs the most money, and it is easily one of a lot of people's favorites when it comes out of every single sneaker that he has ever released. Any sneakerhead, hypebeast, or collector, this is a huge piece that they always want, and this is a sneaker that's still talked about to this date. It came back out in like 2014 is when it actually released with the Nike and Yeezy stamp on it, and it was definitely a super successful sneaker. But now, after moving away from Adidas, Kanye West never really brought up the name Red October ever again, but you guys have seen on my channel that it did make a Red October V2 video, which is kind of funny. I am going to link that also below, and I did actually make a custom of the original Red October on a pair of cream V2s, and a lot of you guys really did like that video. You liked the colorway, you liked how it actually looked on feet as well, so I think it could turn out to be a really good looking sneaker if he ends up doing it with a V2, but we'll get into that later on in today's video. So what Kanye's been trying to do is actually get the trademark name of the Red October for himself. So he's been getting a lot of paperwork in, and since 2014 he's been trying to do this in order to then recreate or utilize that name Red October for projects such as music, sneakers, and his clothing line. Since 2014 he hasn't really done too much to actually get the trademark itself. He's been, entering paperwork and stuff like that, but currently we do have more information about him now working on actually getting the trademark, utilizing the trademark, and potentially having it in a sneaker, clothing, music, or a lot of other things in the future. So that brings us into part 2 of today's video, potential releases for the Yeezy Red October with Adidas. So getting right into it, the V2 line having a Red October. To start, the one thing I do want to mention is we did see a bunch of samples released in a blue and orange colorway, all blue and orange covered in colors, rather than having a design or like something like the semi-frozen having an actual zebra design. These are straight orange and blue sneakers, which can kind of hint towards a sneaker in the future. And what these pictures actually show is the fact that he does like to see a solid colored sneaker, so why would he not put a red sneaker onto the market? Along with these 2 samples, he could add a third, which could be a Red October or an all-red version of this sneaker. It's not really that unlikely if you actually think about it from a business standpoint. If he actually releases this sneaker in a Red October or all-red colorway, along with those 2 other orange and yellow colorways, then he could release those and they could be extremely successful. He could kill it on the market with a red sneaker, especially a Yeezy, which is something we haven't seen since the Nike Air Yeezy. So number 2 on this list could be a Red October V1 Yeezy, which I think could be pretty cool. We haven't really seen a 350 all blanked color besides the black ones. They usually have a tone to them, such as the Moon Rocks, the Turtle Doves. They're all like, basic colorways, but if we saw something with a lot of color on it, such as a Red October, it could also hit the market pretty hard. We did see some samples on the market, and we saw some people talking about it originally, but now that the V1 line is kind of faded away and the V2s have basically taken over, and I don't think Kanye West would want to go backwards, it seems to be pretty unlikely. Now the third one could be a Yeezy Red October in the 750 silhouette. So what this means, there has been a couple samples, as you guys can see right now, of this sneaker where people actually, take the sneaker, either the gum or the all white, the OG colorway, and they actually paint it to make it look like a Red October, which I thought they came out pretty cool. But again, I would prefer to see a V2 just because it's a lot more basic and simple, and 750s you can only really wear them in the winter because they get really hot. Now, the customs did come out cool for the 750, but I want to know what you guys thought. Do you want to see a V1, V2, or a 750 release in the Red October colorway? Tell me right now in the comment section below. I want to know what you guys prefer. So getting into the third part of today's video, why Kanye West needs to release a Red October with Adidas. So Kanye West, when it comes to Yeezys, especially in collaboration with Adidas, nowadays he's been releasing increasing stock numbers, but still selling them out every single time. Now the resale price might be a little bit lower, but the main factor here is the fact that when he puts the retail sneaker at $220 and he releases them in any amount of stock, and as you guys saw with the Beluga 2.0s, they had a huge amount of stock. No matter how much he's actually releasing of each sneaker in each different colorway, they sell out every single time. Now this does say a lot about his line of sneakers when it comes to collaborations with Adidas, but it also says a lot about his clothing line. When he's been releasing sneakers not only on Yeezy Supply but also to the public during shows and stuff like that, they haven't really been as successful as he's wanted them to be. His clothing line has done good here and there depending on the actual pieces, but overall his, Kim K line and his actual line for himself hasn't really done amazing on the marketplace. And with the Red October potentially coming out, he could change a lot of this. He hasn't had the same attention that he's had when the Nike came out with the original Red Octobers, and he might be looking for something to re-jolt up his company and kind of rebuild it into a lot better. Utilizing a classic colorway onto sneakers that are new and modern could definitely help him succeed in the marketplace. If you really think about it, there's nothing stopping Kanye West from releasing a Red October besides the fact that he has to do it at the right time. He has to wait between when he wants to stop the V2 line and then he can end it with an amazing sneaker, because you don't want to do it in the middle, release the sneaker in a Red October colorway, and then end up posting, or releasing a bunch more afterwards that kind of ruin the hype behind the Red October. He wants to make that the signature release and make sure that's the one that has the most hype behind it. So I definitely believe that the best method would be releasing it at the end of the V2 line, or if he is going to introduce a 750, which we haven't seen in a long time, releasing it in a Red October colorway. Any of these ideas and the way that he could fit this in would be successful, but it's about increasing the success and making sure it is at the highest degree. So getting into part 4 of today's video, we're going to be talking about when these sneakers might release and when they should release. So as I did previously just say, the best time for him to release these sneakers would be at the end of a line, but I didn't mention a brand new line, and that's why I'm going to mention it at today's end of the video. So Kanye West has been releasing a bunch of new V2 colorways. We saw the Beluga 2.0s, and then we saw the Blue Tints release in extremely high stock numbers. So maybe Kanye's kind of sick of the V2 and just wants to put as many out there as possible. We've seen the announcement of the Sesames and now the Butter colorway, and Kanye West has big plans for the future, especially when it comes to his sneakers. The announcement of the Blushes releasing in LA have been huge for Kanye West, but he's looking for another sneaker to kill it on the marketplace. He wants one that'll be above all, that'll kill the Prime Knit Boost of V2s, it'll kill the 750s, it'll kill the 500s and the 700s. He wants to make a popping sneaker. And the number one thing that he can do is release a signature Red October in its own silhouette. Now the original Nike Air Yeezy that did release was its own silhouette, but in 3 different colorways. If we were to see the same thing happen or something similar to that, where he announces a brand new silhouette along with it being a Red October colorway, he could completely kill everything. Not only would the sneaker be successful, but every single colorway after he releases the Red October could also be successful. He could kill it, he can make so many sales, especially collaborating with Prime Knit and Boost with Adidas. And making it a Red October colorway, not only will he have news reports on him, but he'll have any source. So where this leads us is, when is Kanye West going to be releasing this red? So what this leaves us at is, when is Kanye West going to release this Red October, and honestly, I think it's going to happen soon. I think it could happen this year or next year. I don't think it's going to happen too late because he doesn't want his companies to, kind of go down. Kanye West Yeezys have been extremely successful and successful for a long time, but not everything can last forever. So he needs something to revive all of these lines, all of these companies, especially seeing all the prices of the V2s go down. He needs either a brand new silhouette in a Red October colorway or a brand new V2. I think that could kill it on the market. I think he could be extremely successful with it, and I can't wait to see what he does. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy today's video, remember to leave a like and subscribe. Click that post notification button so you guys get a post notification on every time I upload. I hope you guys did enjoy today's video and like this new format where you can actually go through the video. I give you the timestamps and you can go to the specific part that you want to know about. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about it, if you like this new format, and leave a like if you guys do enjoy videos like this where I sit and talk to you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.